And you said Diddy started it?
Yeah, Diddy started it. No, Diddy didn't start it. R. Kelly started it. And Diddy just ruined the whole industry. Like, we ain't nobody been the same. Everybody just went into hiding. Like, I mean, people putting out stuff. Beyonce is our only savior. She only one giving us quality. Her and Tyrese. I did love his album.
I love Tyrese. Oh my God. He's crazy. He throw it off his head, but I love him.
He is. I hope he gets the help.
Let's see what Jamie Foxx do for us, though.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
Yes. Wait, it's today? And doesn't it come out on the... What's today? It comes out on the 12th, I think. I need this to disconnect.
Yeah, today is the 9th. Girl, I still ain't put my mirror. I still ain't about my... my new vanity. For my mirror, because I got a mirror.
You bought one?
I got the mirror,
Yay.
but I need the vanity.
You can probably find one on like Wayfair or something.
Oh, Wayfair? Because I know I look at impressions. I was like, why does vanities cost almost $1,000? Like, this is the 3 drawers. This one is cute. Yeah, I was excited to see that Jamie was coming out.
He's coming out with something.
Oh my God, I love Jamie Foxx.
I'm just happy to see him healthy and wanting to like, and I really would. I love for him to come back to his music because he had been leaning into the acting, and his acting is superb. But like the stuff he's done recently. It was like the Who Cloned Tyrone. It's like, give us an album. Yeah, we don't need this.
We don't need Who Cloned Tyrone. That was some bullshit. It was straight bullshit.
We don't need that. We need some real...
Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Too good for a role like that.
And he had a couple of them that were just kind of like back to back. Like just not all that great. I actually still want to know what happened to him. He never came out and said...
He had a stroke.
Yeah, but they was saying, see, they tried to tie him to Diddy. That's why I'm like.
They tried to tie him to Diddy.
They tried to say Diddy was.
They gave him a drug. I think Jamie had a stroke, though. I honestly think that's what it was.
Whatever it was, he had the world. Scared.
Really did.
And his daughter did a great job.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Cause she just held it down. She wouldn't let nobody saying, nothing. It was airtight. Like they ain't letting nothing
for real,
get out
for real.
of
I love that.
And I'm like, if not anything else, he learned his daughter would hold him, hold him down.
Well, his whole little show, how he, after he got back up on stage and stuff, people was like, oh, that's fake crying and stuff. I was like, I can't stand folks, because it's not, you don't understand that type of emotion until you've gone through. So I understood it because I've been there, I've almost died. Yeah. So I was like, you don't understand it. You're all over the place. Like you crying one minute, you laughing, then the next minute you thanking God, like, oh my God, I could have been gone. Like it's a whole bunch of emotions.
I wouldn't even be up here right now.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of emotions, and then you go back to thinking about it again. Then that's where the tears come. It's a whole bunch because I do that sometimes.
And then people don't take him seriously because he's a comedian, or they know him for being goofy. So when they do see him crying, they
thinking it's fake and all that kind of stuff.
He's trying to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
and allow y'all to see him, be transparent about his feelings and people. But that's just the internet for you. God, you can't never make them happy.
Because I understood all of that. Because I was like, dang, Jamie. I was like, I feel you. I know what you're talking about. I'm there with you, bro. Like, tell your story. Like, and it was like, even like me having to, whenever people ask me if I'm telling my testimony, that's exactly how I act. The way Jamie did that whole, I can't make it through the whole story without some of the, the emotions
That was
he
just
went through.
crazy.
Yeah,
And it's so crazy because that happened like maybe, what, 2005?
It was 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, 2004.
I was about to say, and it seemed like that was just.
It seemed like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I remember. I still
like,
remember your apartment, like everything.
All of it, and it's like, here I am.
Yeah.
I'm here.
By God's grace.
Yeah. And it was like I told Pastor Rush one day, we were just sitting around talking or whatever, and he was talking to the older praise dance ladies, and because I'm a part of helping that team, and so we just thought he was like, sometimes I think he practiced on us with his sermons and stuff. He said, you ever feel like you ever been framed like that? And everybody was looking like, framed? Feel like you've been framed like that? And then so I was just sitting there looking at it. I wasn't gonna say nothing at first, and then he was like, yeah, nobody ever felt like they've been framed for something. And then I said, you know what? I said, well, Pastor, I guess I could say that I had, been framed or something. Yeah. In a sense or whatever. And then he was like, what are you talking about? And so I just started telling him. I said, I know you don't remember and all that. So I told him the whole story. He was sitting there with his mouth open. I said, you came out to the hospital? Yes. You came to my room? Everything. And I was like, he was like, oh my God. He was like, he said, I'm so embarrassed to say this. I don't even remember. Yeah, but he does so much of that kind of work so that it probably didn't even. Exactly. It was just a part of the work. Yes. But I said, you do so much for the community, Pastor. I was like, I wouldn't even expect you to remember that. Like, I said, I'm not even. He was like, he kept apologizing to me. And I was like, don't apologize because look at me. Yeah. Look at me now, like. And that's a part of why I'm sure he has your loyalty. Yeah. Like, now he said, he was like, he said, I always wonder why you always run around here with that camera shooting everything and doing stuff in the church. He was like, see, then he started preaching. Like, he was like, see, you never know who you sitting next to. That's why I tell y'all all the time. You don't know who you sitting next to. He was like, this girl, she gives her all to this church. Just taking pictures and volunteering, doing this and doing that, and I never understood. Yeah, no idea he playing at the scene. Yeah, and I said it was this. I said, Pastor Roger, I ain't gonna even lie. I said it was this church that actually helped save me. I said because I was a new member here when that first happened to me, and I said. And I said, and I ain't gonna even lie, I came to this church to be nosy. I said, because I always heard about, I bought this, I bought that, I bought this. I was like, they always talked about the men, do all the work in the church. And I was like, what church is that? Because, baby, the women be strong in the church. Like, I ain't never seen no church where men be just there. And so I was like, I'm gonna go see. And I said, when I came to this church, it was to be nosy. And I said, and when I walked in, I said, I couldn't even get in the church good. I got about 10 hugs before I even got to my seat. And I was like, everybody was like, hey, family this and hey, family that. And he was laughing. I was like, it was overwhelming. And I was like, oh my God. I said, and then I sat in the balcony because I said that was before this church was built. I said, we was at the old church and I was sitting up in the balcony and I was like, and that church was packed. And I said, and then you came, I said, and you were preaching. I said, you came all out of the pulpit. Them little kids kept running up to you, hugging. I was like, oh my God. Because in my mind, I was like, because the church has so many rules and stuff like that. Yeah. We couldn't run up to the pastor and just be hugging him, or you couldn't go up in the pulpit while he was preaching out of nowhere and just hug him like that. I was like, in our mind, we was gonna go to hell if we did that. You was not supposed to be touching the pastor like that. And I said, and you would stop preaching just to bend down and hug them and all that kind of stuff. Like you would get. I said, then you start coming out of the pulpit, coming into the audience, preaching to the. I was like, I had never seen nothing like that. And I said I was coming, sitting up in the balcony area, and I said then I was like, I just started craving more of the word. And I said that was another thing I never could. I said I grew up in the church, been in the church all my life, but I said I never really understood the word. I was like the Bible. I was like when you know, the pastor
are connected to it in a way that.
I say he would get up and preach on Sundays, but I couldn't tell you what the sermon was about because I wasn't listening. And I said, and then I came over here. I said, you had illustrations. I was like, you were acting it out.
Teaching.
Teaching.
He was really teaching.
Yeah, I said, you wasn't up there hooping. You were telling us what it meant. I said, y'all had the easy to read Bible where it tell you in layman terms what, you know, that verse was saying. I was like, I never had read out a Bible like that. I was like, you know, we were always taught you supposed to do the King James Version. I was like, so when I came over here and then y'all had it in layman's terms, I was like, that's what they've been saying. I was like, he was like, really? And he said, man, I'm glad you telling me all of this. He said, because
he probably needed that.
I needed to hear this.
Yeah.
Like, really? He was like, so it's working. I said, yeah. I said, this church, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, it helped save my life. It really did. And I said, and then I was able to establish a connection with the Holy Spirit, like during that process. I said, because you were teaching us how to pray and all of that kind of stuff. I said, so when I was in the hospital and I couldn't make it to church, so I already knew what to do for myself. I knew how to pray. I knew how to go and look up my scriptures or whatever. I said, Pastor, I had a whole journal of every emotion. If I felt something that day, like if I felt fear, my Bible, I would go in the back of the Bible and look up that word. And then it'll give me a scripture reference. Then I would go and read the scripture, and then I would write down what it meant to me. He was like, wow, really? I said, yes. That's what I said, even I had to go to counseling. And I said, when I went to counseling, I said, I'm going to tell you, that made me angry. And he was like, why did it make you angry? I said, because I didn't really feel like he was helping me. Like that. He was like, why did you feel like that? And I said, because I said, I would go in there. I was like, he would be talking to me and he'll ask me a question. And I said to Pastor, I was going in. He was like, I said, that little man told me I was a lucky woman. I said, I told him, no, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. So he started laughing, girl. He was laughing at me. I said, I am blessed. I'm not lucky. Like that. And then the man said, okay, you're blessed.
Like, okay. God saved me.
Right,
like,
I was going in. And
that wasn't just the luck of the draw.
At all.
I could have, I was preserved.
Yes, I was going
I was
in.
Kept here for a reason.
I was saying all of that. I was like, you don't even understand how the Holy Spirit had his covering over me and blah, blah, blah. And that little man, he was just sitting there looking at me, letting me talk. But I didn't know that was his method. Like, because once he found out I was a Christian and he knew that's what I looked to, so he let me do my spiritual, like it was like that was his method. He was like, oh, she got it. And he was a Christian man, so he was like,
he was just trying to get it out of you.
That's exactly what he did. And I didn't learn that until I started working on my master's for counseling geared toward the LPC. So I was like, this what he did for me. So I was telling Pastor that, I said, I didn't understand. I said, I'm so mad at him for the long. I said, but what made me really, really get it? Pastor, I said, he told me, I said, I went in there one day for my individual counseling. He was like, I want to send you to group counseling with this group of people, crime victims who have, been victims of a crime like you. Like that, I said, okay. Like that, and he was like, I'm seeing you. And so Danielle would always take me to my counseling sessions or whatever. Because my mom and dad and them, they had to work. And so she was like, I'll take her. Girl, we went up in there reading, so it was like a group of people just sitting, group session. And we go in there. I'm walking slow with that pillow and stuff in front of me because I didn't want to laugh, cry, because it hurt. But we sat down.
How long after, everything happened did you start the classes?
Oh, they started me kind of right away. They didn't waste no time on your counseling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I go in there and I'm sitting, it's a group of people in there, and it was this one lady, she was in a wheelchair, and then it was this black man, he was sitting there. I was just like, oh, okay, what they doing in here? But it was his people in there who had been victims of crime. So I'm going, all right then. So they start the group session. So we just started talking about different crimes and stuff. And so then he was like, okay, I want everybody to introduce yourself and then tell why you're here. Tell what happened. So they started going around the room. One girl, she had got raped or whatever and stuff. And I was like, oh. So I'm like, oh my God, you know.
Like, it's all kind of people in this room.
So then the black
But
dude,
it also helps you to not feel like alone. Like, because sometimes you can feel isolated. Like, I survived this, but you might feel like you're the only one in the world
and I did.
going through something like, you know, this extreme.
I did feel like that until I went to that. I was like, hold on. Then so the black man, it was his turn to talk. He up in there and he said, he was like, he said my sister, her boyfriend, he was beating her up. He beat her up. And he said, and you know, like a brother, I'm gonna come and save my sister, whatever. He was like, so I beat the dude up real bad, and he was like, but he grabbed a knife and he stabbed me in my neck, and he pulled it down, like, so all of that, you know, all his his jugular and stuff.
Lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he said he was in a coma for 4 months. 4 months in a coma. I was like, these big old eyes, girl. I was like, what? Like that. He was like, yeah, I was in a coma 4 months, cause he tried to kill me, like that. And then I was like, oh my God. I was sitting there going, I don't like none of this. And so it was time for the little white lady, her turn to talk, the lady that was in the wheelchair, and she was like, yeah, my name is blah, blah, blah. And she said, I work at a convenience store. And she said, this guy came in to rob it one night. And she was like, and he beat me to death with a steel, what did he beat? With a steel, it was like
a pipe.
It was a pipe or something, but whatever it was, a steel, but he beat her to death and left her there to die. But the way when he beat her, you know, it paralyzed her.
Wow.
It paralyzed her, and that's why she was she's paralyzed from the waist down. And you know, so I was like, what? Oh my God, all these people. But I'm thinking they almost died. Well, nigga, so did you. Like, what did you talking about?
What am I doing here with all these people?
I'm thinking in my head, I don't belong here. Like, I was like, I do not belong here.
Cause and it's so crazy to have more compassion for others.
I did,
and have more more patience, but more grace for others than yourself, more compassion for others than yourself.
Yeah, cause he was like, he knew what he was doing though. He knew I needed that. So he was like, so it was my turn to tell. I was like, I really don't even want to tell y'all what happened to me because it's nothing.
Yeah,
it was like, what?
But it's still a big, you know, that was the big thing.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, well, you know,
and
I was
children,
shot.
You know,
I was like, I was shot in my chest and in my stomach. And they was like, what?
Yeah.
They thought what I went through was, I was like, man, nah, y'all the ones.
That was
it was like, that's horrible. Or whatever, you're sitting here to tell us about this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, y'all too, because that right there is what did it for me. That helped me a great big deal. Because I was like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for myself. Because that was horrible. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm good over here. You know, I was like, I'm walking around and stuff. Y'all out. Oh, no.
I ain't gonna feel bad for myself
at all, man.
Because it's people. It's just anytime you're going through anything in life, it's like there's always somebody out there that got it worse.
Yeah,
and it's not, you know, invalidating your experiences, but it's just saying like, hey, we are always, even in bad times, like we're still blessed.
Yeah,
because it could be worse.
Yep.
I think Thomas's cousin, he somebody saved his life. He got in a bad motorcycle accident and it severed his well, not completely severed his leg, but he was bleeding out from his leg, and it had to be somebody that was military trained, that knew how to use. They had a tourniquet, and they came and they just came and did it and left.
Wow.
Like, they just left them there, but they came and, like, did what they were trained to do. And a nurse, somebody else that was a nurse ended up, like, getting out and coming. But the person who did that got out, came, did what they were supposed to. And that person they said if that person wouldn't have did that, he wouldn't have been here.
Wow.
Like, he didn't even stick around to see what happened. I always think
like that. When stuff like that happened, it'd be an angel. That's what I would be thinking. Like, I was like, nah, that was an angel. Like,
and his mom is a prayer warrior.
That wasn't no angel. Like, for real.
And nobody was just, like, nobody could say, like, who the guy was,
crazy.
who he looked like, or what. They just, it's just like you can just assume though that it's somebody that like at least has some type of military or health, like that type of medical training that had the tourniquet and knew how to use it properly. They even put the time on it and everything. Like they did what they were trained to do, but they did not stick around to see the outcome of it. But they saved his life.
That's crazy.
And it just be like, woo,
yeah. It's just like the surgeon that was in there with me that night when I got shot, the assistant surgeon. Girl, that was the man who had gave me a jump a week prior to me being shot. Because I came out, I was at the gym.
That's insane.
And then when I told Pastor Rush that, he said, what?
Oh my
girl,
God.
He was
that would get me chill.
Like, he was like, what? He said, if I ever asked you to come and tell your testimony in front of the church, would you be afraid to say, could you do that? Like I said, yeah, I can talk about it now. I say I used to not be able to talk about it because it just made me nervous and stuff like that. And then he was like, what? He said, so he said, no, tell me what happened with that. I said, the week before I got shot past, I went to the gym and I came out of the gym and I went to my car and it wouldn't start. And I said, and so I'll get out the car. I'm like, man, my car won't start. I said, I'm finna have to call somebody. I'm have to come way over here trying to do, all of that. I said, but I saw this white guy. He was going to his car. He had an SUV. A Lexus SUV at that. And I said, sir. So I flagged him down and stuff like that. And I was like, can you help me? And he was like, yeah, what's going on? And I was like, my car won't start. I just need a jump. He's like, oh, okay. I can do that. Like that. And then, so he brought his little car over there and everything, jumped me and got it started or whatever. And I was like, thank you so much. I said, you work out at this gym? Like that. And he was like, yeah. And he told me his name and everything. And I'll never forget that man. He had blue eyes, like beautiful blue eyes and blonde hair. And then I said, you work out in there. And he was like, yeah. I said, I'm going to bring you a Dr. Pepper next week. I said, I know that. I said, that don't even line up with working out.
Pepper, baby, it's good and nice.
So he was like, I said, I'll bring you one. So he started laughing. And I was like, okay. I went on about it. That was the man in the surgery room that night when I got, because when they told me they had to do surgery because my liver was torn to pieces, he looked me in my face because I was like, say, because I was still alert. I was like, don't I know you?
Not don't I know you.
In the middle of dying. And I'm saying, ask him, do I know him? Because they were all like,
hey, you got stake in this. You know me. You better figure it out.
I don't know why. I was just so cool because I just feel like I know God now. Like, I'm in the middle of knowing him. Like, I said, and then.
And did you go to, did they take you to park?
Nah, I went to, and I was shocked about that, but they took me right there to Colorado.
Methodist.
Methodist. And then, so I'm like, I was thinking in my head, if it's my time to go, I want to go happy. Like, that's what I was saying and stuff, because I was in there making jokes and everything.
But what does that feel like when you come that close to it, and it's like, how people be like, your life flash before your eyes, or you just, like, what are you, thinking in your head? Like,
before I got to when it all happened, the rush of it all, you do. I saw the light and everything that people don't believe is true. This shit is for real. Like, I used to make fun of it, but it's called, the divine intervention. That is so real. Like, now I can honestly tell people that's real. I saw the light, because, like, when I got hit in the chest, then I just fell to the floor and my eyes shut. I shut my eyes, and then there was just a light in front of me. And it was the Holy Spirit talking to me. Because he was just like, get up. He said real calm. And I still was just like laying there just all in, just seeing the light. And he was like, I said, get up. Girl, and I just jumped up. So when I called the paramedics for myself and everything. So by the time they got there, I was standing up, but I had all black on so nobody could tell I was bleeding. And I had a towel in front of me too. Because I felt like I got hit with a BB gun. And because I was like, it stinged, my chest was stinging real bad. I was like, is this how I'm supposed to feel? Because I was like, oh my God. And I was like, man, did that dude shoot me with a BB gun or whatever? Because I didn't know. Like, so, but they couldn't tell I was bleeding. But
that's crazy, like, because it was close range.
Yeah, it was. But But he shot me with a 22, and so those are small bullets, but they travel. So, but when I raised my shirt up, I seen the hole in my stomach where the blood was coming. I was like, ooh. So I got a towel and just put it there. I was putting pressure on it. And then the one who went, because I'm so big busted, the one that's up in my chest. Yeah,
like Jasmine and Boo was just in the room.
They were under the bed. They ran and hid underneath the bed. So it was like, so all of that, when I jumped up and I called paramedics,
so sorry that happened to you.
It was terrible because I was like, that was so crazy for me that time, because just thinking about all of that, like, it was like, who would want to do something like that? And they never even caught the people, and we don't even know the story behind it. But so when they got there, they was like, we gotta call somebody being shot. I was like, me? Like that. They was like, you? I was like, yeah. I was just standing up looking, and I was still on the phone with the operator, because she had prayed for me and everything. We prayed on the phone together and all of that. She was like, you gonna be fine? I was like, I'm hot. I was like, I'm beating up with sweat and all this other stuff. She was like, no, you good? Just keep moving. Your body
was working all the time.
She's like, you good? And I was just pacing her back and forth. I was like,
Gabby, when you come close, like you get that feeling like you like, ooh, something ain't right. It's like, I feel like that when I had COVID and I couldn't, like, I had got COVID and with pneumonia at the same time. And I remember, like, I had a real low point where I was like, oh my God, my breath, like, I can't breathe, like, under here.
Because you have asthma or
it had got me real bad. And I remember I had a moment when I was like, I feel weak. And I was like, get up. I'm scared. I'm too scared to, like, sit here. I'm like, because I might close my eyes and not get up.
Girl.
But yeah, it wasn't your situation by any means.
So yeah.
But you will, and that movement could be, again, one of the things that's like helping save your life.
But like, they check my vitals and stuff. Nothing
because
was
the
out
fact
of whack.
that like you got hit in your chest or your stomach area and you stood up, you made all the blood flow down. So it stopped it from, if you were laying down, all of it would have been pouring out, and it could have caused you to, lose too much
walking
blood.
around. I was like, they was like, this is crazy, because they was tripping out because they did my vitals. They weren't out of whack. They was like, this is crazy. We've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
Like that. And then they was just, and then when they got me to the hospital, I was telling the nurse, she was like, okay, we're gonna take your rings and stuff out. I said, girl, put them rings in a plastic bag and give them to I was like, give them to my mama or somebody, because if I die, I'm gonna come back and hunt y'all asses. Y'all stole my stuff. Girl, they was laughing. Girl, they was laughing, but I was laughing too. I was making jokes. They was like, oh my God. And then they was like, well, we have to cut your clothes off you. I said, this my good outfit. They were laughing, like, they were like, ma'am, you do know you been shot, right? I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna go out of here laughing if it's my time. I'm gonna go out happy like that. They were like, oh my God, you are a mess, like that. So the doctor was like, well, I'm gonna give you a jump tonight. That's what's getting ready to happen. You getting ready to be all right.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm gonna have to cut your tattoo. I was like, I don't care. He was like, yeah, because I don't know if I could put that back together good like that. I was like, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I need to be here.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was.
And check you out. What, 22 years later?
Yep. And then that.
You should have an anniversary one, like, maybe 25 years. I don't know if that's something you. I mean, I would celebrate it.
I think I'll be.
But I don't know how you celebrate it, but it's like survive, it's a survivor. I don't know how you have like a survival party or something,
but
like,
yeah, it's amazing. God's good. But that the guy, the surgeon, he was coming by my hospital room every day to check on me. He gave me this pen. It's an angel. I still have it.
Wow.
I said, you my guardian angel. I already know God put you. He put you in position. I said, because he had already showed you to me a week before. Like, you gave me a jump on my car. Like, come on. And then you gave me a jump in life.
Saving my life.
Come on. Are you serious? There ain't nobody but God That's why I be telling people, stop playing.
Yeah.
I was like, that stuff that Jamie Foxx was up there doing, that was real as hell.
Yeah.
Y'all go to hell with all that. That's fake. Nah, my nigga, that shit was real because I went through all of that. Everything that he stood up there and did, I went through every one of those moments. I would be crying one day, happy one day, mad one day. It was just a whole bunch of shit that was going through my head and stuff like that. And then I was thankful all at the same damn time. Like, so through all of that, you still praising and thanking God that you still here and get to see your kids and get to see, you know, just
your
grandkids.
Grandkids you didn't even
I didn't have.
You was gonna have.
My grandkids wasn't even thought about. My kids was too little to even be thinking about having no kids. That was crazy. So here I am.
And
my
it's like
grandson finna start high school. What?
Collegiate at that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you gotta edit that out, but I don't know if it's a surprise, but
oh no, it's not a surprise. So yeah, it's amazing. They gonna leave Jamie alone. Shit. Let him tell his story.
I was calling Jasmine back. It just reminded me. She called me right before she went before I went into the hair stuff.
So yeah. Yeah, she found out he got into the collegiate. She was at the house earlier when she was like, oh, he got in. I was like,
yeah, and their program, that's really good because their program is an actual collegiate program versus an early college program.
Right. So when he graduates, he'll have a degree.
I mean, they both get them, but it's like they're like a little bit different. Early college to me, early college is really designed for like kids who may or may not have gone to college, and it helps them to get that head start, like to where if they choose not to go to college, they graduated with an associate's degree.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's the same outcome, but the reasoning, I guess, behind it is a little bit different. And they normally do. A lot of these people do lottery systems now anyway, just to make it, try to make it fair and equitable. But collegiate programs are usually like based on merit, kind of like a magnet program or something like that. But they both come out with a degree, and the whole point of like a collegiate program is more like an accelerated thing. Like it's meant to get you a head start because they know you're going to a 4-year university, and it's just giving you a head start. But both have the same outcome, but they're named differently.
I'm proud of him.
Oh, I thought it was so crazy because when you said this appointment, I thought you were calling me. I thought you were texting me to see where I was that morning. I had seen your name flash across, and I was like, oh dang, she probably already at the school. I thought she was
I saw that.
Yeah, earlier this.
Shark Tank.
Yeah. And I happened to be a judge for it, and I was like, oh yeah, I get to be with my boo. It's a whole family affair.
Just told me, oh, everybody.
I'm like, that's my cousin. That's my nephew up there doing the thing. And when I tell you doing it,
he was doing it.
He's doing it. He really, when he was up there, I was like, Steven could have been a PBS kid or like one of those, you know, they had you probably ain't gonna remember the show, but they had this little show called Zoom. Or like all
I
that, those type, but like, come on, it's Zoom.
Yeah.
Come on. I was like, Steven
he would have done it.
He would have killed that. Like just that, like when the lights come on, he just like, hey guys, so like he just jumps into action. I'm like, even if he doesn't want to be an actor, it's like a skill. I was telling him that, and Jasmine, it's a skill that he can use for the rest of his life, just public speaking, like the ability to like, speak with ease and be able to have conversations with people and like be able to carry conversations, and he did a phenomenal job. Him and the girl were really great.
Oh, good.
And very natural. And I'm not just saying that. They were impressive. Like, I would put them up against, like, high school kids.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they would do, like, hosting something. Like, hosting a show or hosting...
Go, grandson!
Like a talent show or something like that. Like, I would definitely... They were a good pair.
Awesome.
I wonder if I have any video. I know I got pictures.
Jasmine showed me one little video.
She showed me.
Yeah, she had one little
Oh, they actually filmed it. So I'm like, eventually it should be on it should be on maybe YouTube or something at some point. But they filmed it to be able to go back to it. So.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cute though.
Are you wearing it straight?
Yeah, I think I would wear this one straight. I don't even like to go get my hair done no more. I just rather be on wig. Because I can go short, I can go curly, I can go long, I can go, yeah, whatever.
I like the wigs, but sometimes the hair, it just depends. I can't always guarantee the quality of the hair.
Well, I get
and the quality be okay, but like sometimes it'll bother like my allergies and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yes, like my allergies are very fickle.
Now, it's that one blonde curly wig. I really love that wig, but sometimes it just looks wiggy to me. Sometimes like at the top or something. I don't know if it needs to be thinned out or something. I don't even know how to do none of that kind of stuff, but it just be looking. Yeah, because when I look at my videos, I was like, girl, that look like a helmet.
The helmet of salvation. This is so funny.
So I might wear this. Let's pull them back.
Oh my God.
Probably have to tighten it up, but I might wear this one Thursday to the Galentine's.
Did it come under your leg or did it come around?
I think it's underneath.
No, I'm saying did it? Yeah,
Okay.
it came around this way.
Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, she's cute. Can do her. Baby.
Toss.
Bad Bunny. He is cute. Okay. She cute. Okay. Put it up. Oh, she right here. This the one. I probably need her bang cut. Let me take her off. Okay, girl.
That was cute.
Cause I had points with him, but I was bought so many wigs with love me. Get out of here so you can do your hair. See, she is. Let me see. Oh, I just got the tag. So this is probably just more like a throw and go, huh? Girl, what is it? Oh, this one got bangs.
Mm-hmm.
So, her bang.
Yeah. But you kind of do want to wear it like a little...
Baby Farrah Fawcett.
Like, you don't want it... I guess, yeah,
So
you do want to take... Yeah, you want to take it up a little bit, but you don't want it to look like...
So it's like a curtain bang, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how it would look if it was... Like, not swoop, but just shorter. Like...
Just a little bit. Yeah, it don't need to be a lot shorter. Girl, this was my mama had a picture of, she was in a wig, kind of like this. And
I feel like Cardi B just, oh no, she had a style that was.
This is cute on me too, girl. Come on,
like
girl.
Over. Let me see. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
But I kind of like some, girl. We need to
The
give her a
Cardi's
name.
is over. Like this.
Oh, yeah.
But hers is coming. Hers is not from the middle.
Hers is, yeah.
Coming from the side.
This is cute. Hey. She cute. Mm-hmm.
And you could wear it. Let me see what it looks like. Split down the middle. I ain't crazy about it that way.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah, it just need to pick the side. I mean, pick like the middle, but it's just gonna be hard to see.
Ooh. I think they need to be cut up. What's
I mean,
advice?
I would so you can see.
Yeah, just a little bit. Go ahead and cut it. And so this part, I should just comb it or brush it. Because if I brush it, it'll...
No brushing. Like, not with a regular brush.
Just
like,
with
maybe
a comb like this?
that. Yeah, like something with wide teeth.
Yeah.
Or like a brush with wide teeth, but not a brush with bristles.
Okay. I'm trying to learn how to do wigs, y'all. This is my niece. She's a perfection at it. Her and my daughter. Baby, this music in the... I might not be able to use none of this footage, baby. I might put some music underneath it. They might try to copyright my...
Oh. But it's not the songs, though. It's all instruments. You think they still
wonder? I don't know. They might. I'm going to run it, though, to see. Hey. After all the reasons why. What do you have? What dating advice do you have for women in their 50s? I just like to hear from little YNs. You're not a YN though, huh? You more like a. What do you consider?
I have dating advice in general, like dating, like finding like what to do while dating, or finding, like finding.
It just seems like all the men are trash.
It just really.
Really?
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, they are trash asses.
You just gotta probably change your approach of where you're finding them, because you
girl, it ain't even that. It's just like, cause I place myself in very, you know that.
I'm gonna say you should go on the Balloon Pop show.
Girl, I'll be done popped out my
No, that would be so fun. We should sign you up with Arlette. Arlette, are you listening? We gonna tag
And then the minute somebody pop their balloon, if I come out, I was like, nigga, what you popping your balloon for with your ugly? Baby,
But as far as like finding people, I always said take the approach of like, when I was in the advertising class, we learned how to do a creative brief. And a part of that is like building your So for your brand, you had to build the person that you thought would be the person that would like buy your product, your target audience. But you would have to say like, how old are they? How much do they make? Where do they shop? What else do they do? Like you have to build the whole person out. And then that's how you knew where to market to them. But I feel you could do the same thing with a guy. Like you can say, okay, I want my guy to look a certain way. Like where does he eat? Where does he shop? Where does he live? What does he do? Like what does he, like does he wear watches? Where does he buy his watches? And then when you build him out, then you go find him in those places.
Really?
Because he if he's doing all those things, then he's gonna be in those places you said. Like that's gonna be your.
Y'all heard it, ladies. Build it out. What my niece say? Get over here, niece. Look at this camera.
Build your man.
Build your man.
And then go find him in all those places that you didn't.
She been with her husband a long time. That's why I'm listening.
17 years.
See, baby, she been with her husband longer than I've been with two of mine. I've been divorced twice. And baby, her marriage and she didn't eat one more than my stuff. So hey, there you have it. Build them out, ladies. Build them out.
And go find him there.
Go find him.
Like, does he work out at Planet Fitness or does he work at LA Fitness?
See, it's a difference.
It is a difference. Them pockets is real different.
Shit, I need to go in. What's that gym? It costs a lot. That's why I need my
Lifetime.
No, not Lifetime.
Lifetime
Or LA. I'm talking about John Reed or somebody like that.
That's where they be at. Or where does he like to go get his old fashioned at?
That's why I was
Is he going to a local bar?
And I was just gonna say that. Or do I need to go to a high end, ritzy, upscale bar?
That's where
But see, like a man my age, most of the time they're married. And they be some ain't shit ass niggas too. So
hey, not all of them are.
They be cheating.
And not everybody.
They cheat hard.
Not everybody's married.
And I don't even know if I want to do Greek because they asses ain't no good either.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Girl,
sorry, guys.
I'm sick of all of them. They done got on my nerves. And I don't like girls, so I just feel like I'm stuck. So I feel like I'm stuck. Girl. She's cute.
Yeah, and it has body.
She might get one on Thursday. Be up in her bed, bunny.
And they be in these clubs too. Oh, you know what? You probably need to pick up golfing too.
Well, yeah, I plan on learning golf.
So you can go. But that's
I've been golfing.
That's where they be at them clubs.
Me and my homegirls, so we was trying to learn how to golf. So when it started getting warm again, that's what we plan on doing. Go back out there to the golfing range.
Cause I'm like the men, them high value men, they be at them private clubs. They don't want to be where everybody else is. You want it cut a little bit short. I mean, I know it's like right in the eye, but I don't think you should cut it too short. But I'm like,
I like it like this.
Okay. Like
I mean, I can't see over this eye, but it's right there.
You can see a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of, I don't know. This one is the density, the body. I really love this.
Ain't it pretty?
Yes. That's cute.
She's cute.
And you could even go and purchase like a, I wouldn't even say like a whole bundle. Like if you know anywhere that sells like a half a bag or something like that, and just like go in there and put like a blonde streak.
Oh.
And then it'll just sit. You know what I mean? It'll give you
like a clip in. Could you do?
You could do a clip in and just do like some pops of color inside of here just to give it a little extra.
She's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tina Mac made a wig. She said she was gonna give it to me. She had it on one. I said, "Oh, girl." She talking about, you want it? I said, "Yeah." She said, "You can have it." She gonna give it to me. Her wigs be going on.
Okay. I'm about to say, call her out. Say, ma'am.
I'm gonna, girl, give me my wig that you just said I can have. I love her though. This is a pretty wig. Y'all look at the back of her. She is cute. I listed so y'all can see what her name is. And y'all done seen it on. My niece done hooked me up and stuff. And I'll list the name of the person too. And I'll put all that stuff that she said, ask me, and I don't know the answer to. So I am braided up. Until the next time. It's time for me to braid. I'm gonna get out of here so you can do your hair. You done gave me some good content tonight, y'all. This is my niece. Her name is Brittany. My niece, Maze Herbie. Herbie is her married name. AKA Winky.
Oh, put me out there. What is this?
Winky. So are you helping Jasmine with her vision board party? Get that together, so yeah. She told you we booked.
Oh, this is AI. I was like, girl, I know you are. I saw that.
Oh, it's AI.
Yes, that just made me so mad. Oh, I got excited. And I really want to get out of here.
All right. My head on my head. Oh, I was gonna read it. Thank you, ma'am.
Follow me. Let's take a trip.